Well, hey, welcome back to my workshop. This week's project's just a little filler project while I'm waiting on some other stuff to happen here in the shop. So I was at a estate sale the other day and picked up a couple old gas cans. These are pretty cool. They're very vintage. This one is a 2-gallon can. I've already cleaned this one up, and I will show you the before pictures of what it looked like before the end of the video. This one's a 5-gallon can. It's an Eagle number 1005, and why I bought this one was it's got the spout, it's got the screw-on spout and the cap, which you don't always find these with it. So somebody took care to, every time they were done with it, they put the cap back on. The problem is this one smells horrible, and it's still got a little bit of gas in the bottom. So I'm going to bring it in just a little closer, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to take care of that. Okay, the other can was basically empty. This one is not. So what I'm going to do is I've got my bucket of oil dry here, and I'm going to put some oil dry in this and let it sit for maybe a day or two. And then I'm going to take it out. Get a little more in there. I want to be sure I get the bottom coated really good. Yeah, it's giving me a nice layer on the bottom, so I'm just going to let that dry for a day or two. Well, it still stinks, but it is completely dry. I'm gonna let that marinate for a while. I'll dump it out, rinse it out really good, and then I'll put the air hose to it and get all the water out that I can. While this is marinating, I'm gonna see if I can get some more of this off with my Zep purple degreaser. Oh yeah. I get used too much soap. All right, it's supposed to be in the 90s today. I'm gonna blow this out the best I can with the air hose, and I'm gonna put it in the sun to dry for the rest of the day. All right, here's what's not really cool about this. So this came real clean, and it's gonna shine up even better once I compound it and wax it. But the top has got all this little bits of rust on it, and I don't like it, and it's rough. I'm assuming this is paint, but I know if I start taking all this rust off, I'm going to take the paint off too. So then I'm going to be left to either strip all the paint and leave it a raw metal, which is going to be really difficult, or to paint it. So this is just going to look too good to leave this looking this bad. So I am going to go ahead and clean this. So it's going to be partial restoration, partial preservation, I guess. Let's see if I can get this crowbar in there and just give a little bit of leverage without damaging the neck here. There we go. Well, it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. I'm not sure what the camera's picking up, but you can see how much came off with a little bit of alcohol and paper towel. But there's no other orange rust left. What you see is just staining, and it's pretty smooth. Thought I'd show you real quick what this looks like after the rust fix. Kind of turn it this black, kind of purplish color. It's attached itself to all the rust and sealed it in. So I'm good to paint now. And I'm going to try and use, I did a couple samples here on my painting rack. This is silver metallic with a flat clear on top of it. And this is the galvanizing paint that I'm going to use. All right, you can see I got the paint on. It's terrible. I hate it. It's just too gray and too flat. So you can see over here on my paint rack, my two samples, and it's kind of hard to pick up on the camera, but this was a silver metallic with flat on top of it. And then this is where I painted the galvanizing and then just did a dust coat of the silver metallic, and it lightened it up a good bit. So I'm going to try that on here. Put the can down on the floor because I want to be able to just kind of spray and let the paint kind of go down to it. I don't want a full coverage on it. I just want to give it a dusting. I'm going to try and bring the camera in a little closer here. The lighting's not very good in here, but in person, this looks really good. I'm really happy with the kind of splattering of paint and the way that it came out. All right, I'm ready to polish the can up here. I'm going to be using this Turtle Wax product. It's the same product I bought and used for the Proto tool chest I cleaned up a few weeks ago. If you haven't seen that video, you should check it out. It's pretty good. So anyway, I've got my pad cleaned here. It's slightly damp. I've got my speed on low. And I'm going to apply a little bit of polish on here, and I'll just work it in small sections. Now let's see if the camera's going to pick that up. This is the area I did compared to the area I didn't. In person, you can really see a difference in the shine. So if I roll this here, you can see this is shiny and see how cloudy that gets. So that's what I'm trying to get out, is the cloudiness. All right, for the wax, I'm going to be using Meguiar's Gold Class. It's a carnauba wax. I like this stuff pretty good. Well, what'd you think about the gas can cleanups? Man, I think these things came out pretty cool. I bought these at auction a couple weeks ago. I got these 2 cans, and I got 2 more 2-gallon cans for $4.50 for all 4 cans. So I got $1.25 in each of these, so why not clean them up and have some fun with it? Cleaned them inside and out, gave the outside a polish, and then waxed them. This one, as you saw, I painted the top because it had a lot of rust spots on it. I just didn't like the way it looked. So I painted it with a galvanized paint. It was too dark. I didn't like it. So I kind of dust coated it with a silver metallic. Then it was too shiny. So I put 3 or 4 coats of a matte finish flat paint clear on top of there. So I think it came out pretty cool. Would love to hear from you what you would have done differently, if anything, down in the comments. I really appreciate you joining and watching, and for those subscribed to my channel, thank you very much, and I hope to see you on the next one.